Flight to Oblivion. This is Wonder Woman starring the immortal Linda Carter, season 2, getting to the end of season 2. It's been pretty fun going through all of these. We are going to use my space system to talk about this one, and I like this episode. There's brainwashing. There's a villain who's lost an arm and he has a gloved hand, which is always neat. There's a rock band. It's great seeing these 70s rock bands with their hair and everything and their mustaches and everything. It's always a lot of fun. I think for the storyline, I'm going to give this a 1.5. Steve Trevor is a little bit more involved in this one than he normally is, at least in this past season, especially when it became the new adventures of Wonder Woman. So there's the Z400. They say Z400, but that's the wrong way. It's Z400. So there's the Z400. And there's guys who are trying to sabotage it and destroy it because it's going to be this great ship or whatever or aircraft, and they've got to destroy it. So Steve Trevor is on base to make sure everything's okay. Diana's undercover as a photographer. We've got Diana back in a uniform, like a military kind of uniform. I don't think I've seen that in for a while now. Maybe all of this entire season. So that's kind of fun. There's a lot of great little side characters here. There's like this sort of security officer guy who like won't let Diana go in, and he's very anal. Like, let me see your orders. Let me see your identification. And he's very mean and stern. But actually, I like that guy. And they're on yellow alert. So what the heck? We'll talk about the character. I guess we'll leave that to the characters. So Diana's undercover. That's sort of the story. There's a rock band. Turns out the manager is this villain from the past. He used to be an agent. He's gone rogue. And he was presumed dead, but he's not. So he's brainwashing people to do his bidding for him. So that's sort of the story. I liked it. It is. I mean, it could have probably been an Agent Diana Prince story. This show is weird because, if you reading in the comics, Wonder Woman's fighting these fantastical things. And this show doesn't have that, and that's just typical of these shows. Incredible Hulk, Spider-Man, the made-for-TV Captain America, even Batman. Batman lucked out because his villains are mostly sort of like regular people-based. Maybe Mr. Freeze is kind of weird because he's got a freeze gun or something. But like his characters are more just like grounded. Wonder Woman should be fighting better things, and a lot of these stories, Agent Diana could have probably taken care of it really without even becoming Wonder Woman, except that in this continuity she does have to wear her belt and her had to have her strength. So that's one of the things that she has to turn into Wonder Woman. If she's not wearing that, she doesn't have her abilities. Why can't she wear that underneath her garments? Whatever, they didn't think of that. So this one is sort of like, I think Diana Wonder Woman was needed. She did appear a lot, and which makes the pacing a 1.5. The pacing was better in this one because I felt like Wonder Woman was appearing. Sometimes in some of these stories, you're waiting for Wonder Woman, whereas in this one, I was into what was going on anyways, and then Wonder Woman appeared and made it just better. So I felt like pacing was a lot better in this one. And the artistry is a 1.5 as well because, again, more Wonder Woman appearances means more stunt work. She usually doesn't appear just to appear and walk around. Like, she appears to do stuff. So there's a lot of running around, jumping off of stuff, like rooftop running and all this kind of jazz. There's like she's in front of a car and then has to like jump out of the way, grab the thing. And there's a great shot. There's some great shots of like they're driving and they're driving the bus and the bad guy's driving a bus. And in the rear view mirror, he can see, he's like seeing Wonder Woman, like she's coming down or whatever. So a lot of cool stuff like that. It looked good. The music's always the same, so there's no point in talking about that. But the characters, I'm giving it a 2 out of 2. And this is the characters really push this one. Obviously, Wonder Woman's the best, so we don't need to talk about her. But Steve Trevor is good. He gets more involved. He rescues himself. He does get hypnotized, and he breaks it kind of on his own. That was cool, right? That's a Steve Trevor thing. Like, you got to make him good. I understand Wonder Woman has to rescue him because that's a superhero thing. Superman rescues Lois Lane. So if it's a hero, if it's a woman hero, then she has to rescue the guy. That's just part of how it goes. But Steve Trevor he's not a regular guy, right? He's supposed to be like this pumped up agent. So really he should be better. So I'm glad they made him better in this one. So all the side characters, that security chief officer guy, he's really good. he's like, look, no, we're not doing this. He's very stern. And then at one point he kind of gets a bit pissed with Diana. And then this other lady comes in and she's like a captain or whatever. She's like, I outrank you, so you better watch yourself. That was funny. And then she says, oh no, he's a good officer. He's just, sometimes he gets a little bit too pushy. And then her boyfriend is a guy who gets brainwashed as well. Pretty cool. I liked all the characters. The villain was awesome because he was like very serious. Like he was like, whoosh, like, oh, I'm going to, like, you know, destroy everybody. It's like, whoa, like this guy's like, he was awesome. He was like so awesome in this. Who else do we got? I mean, there's the rock group themselves. You had your lead singer, your front man. He was kind of a fun character. He didn't realize that his road manager was like this ex-villain or whatever. Enjoyment factor, I'm giving it a 1.5. I really enjoyed this one. I'm giving this one an 8 out of 10. I'm seeing if there's any other notes I want to talk about. That's pretty much it. One of the neat things, this was a neat thing that happened in this episode that I made note of, which is the use of the lasso. Now, of course, you know that it forces you to tell the truth if you're wrapped around it. Some of the fun parts is where Diana is able to capture some of these brainwashed guys, and she uses the lasso and she says, oh, tell me, you know, the plan. And the guy's like, it's like, when the snow falls, I must obey, or whatever. And she's like, what? Come again? Like, the guy can't, because the lasso of truth doesn't actually make the truth happen. It just makes you tell you the truth as you know it. So if someone lies to me and says, oh, this guy's the killer, and then Diana wraps the lasso, I'm like, yeah, that guy's the killer. That doesn't mean that's the truth. It's his truth, right? And because he's brainwashed, he can't say anything. And she's like, oh my God, like, what the heck is this? I can't get anything out of this guy. And then when they snap him out of it, there's no point because he doesn't remember anything anyways. So the lasso became ineffective, which I thought was kind of neat. So that was cool. Yeah, great episode. Let me know in the comments what your thoughts are on this one. Make sure that you like the video, subscribe to the channel, check out the Wonder Woman playlist. Lots on there. Thanks for watching, everybody. Until next time.
Hey friends, you've just been listening to J-Man, and he is the smartest person who ever lived. So make sure you like and subscribe.